In this low-code feature focus, we'll show why sometimes you may need to force PlantinApp to regenerate the default listing and form that is associated with an entity. Next, we'll take the steps necessary to do the regeneration, and finally, we'll use the same steps to completely regenerate the pages and modules for the entity. So let's get started. We start with the default PlantinApp, and we'll go to the configuration screen. I'm going to create an entity called a test. We'll only give it one property called name, and save. PlantinApp automatically generates forms and listings to support that entity. So we can click New and add a name, and it displays in a listing. Behind the scenes, a form and a listing have been created. And since I'm using the Page Builder theme, I'll just click and go into the form. In your development, it's possible to make changes to a form. So for example, we might come in and change the name to first name as the title. But what if we make a mistake and accidentally change the name of the ID from pname to first name because we checked this checkbox? This form will stop working as intended. We refresh the screen, hit New, the form comes up, we type a name, and yet we don't get the result we expect. In the same way, we could modify a listing. Let's say we decided to modify the listing to remove the delete button. We hit delete and save and refresh. Now the delete button's gone. So we've made changes that are not easily recoverable. We could re-add the code for the delete button, and we could determine the problem for the form and why the form wasn't working, but sometimes the changes that we've made are hard to track, and sometimes we may just want to regenerate and go back to the default configuration. This is pretty easy to do. We simply delete out the modules that we want PlantinApp to regenerate and make sure that they're hard deleted. So we'll go to the settings of this listing and delete it. And in the same way, we'll go to the settings of the form and also delete it. These are automatically moved to the recycle bin, and because we want them to be regenerated, we need to go find the modules in the recycle bin, and we can either delete them individually or just empty our recycle bin. Now that they're completely gone, PlantinApp will realize when we try to make a change that they're gone and completely regenerate them. I'm going to come in and make a cosmetic change, just making the name field sortable, and save. We do override, telling PlantinApp it's okay to regenerate. Now when we go to the form and refresh, we can see that our listing and form have returned back to their normal behavior. We can delete out records that don't belong, and we can do a new and say a new name and add, and it works as expected. So that's the easy procedure to replace a module that's become damaged or that you want to return to the default state. If you've made more extensive changes, another possibility is to go to the pages and delete out all of the pages, the top level page and the detail page, so that both the pages and the modules are gone. We can now see that they're gone, and in the same way, we need to go to the recycle bin and make sure the pages and the modules are removed. We empty the recycle bin. We look at the modules, they're gone also. From there, a simple change in the entities to any small property of the entity and override will cause all of that to be regenerated. We can now look at our website and see that a tests was returned and that all the modules associated with it have been regenerated. And that's it. In this video, we showed you how to force Plantin app to regenerate forms, listings, and pages. Is there some feature you'd like to see in our next video? Leave a comment in the section below. For more great low-code content, be sure to subscribe to Plantin app.